We'd now like to go into our project and set it up so that if the user wants to change the material for all 5 of the wood panels, they only have to change it in one spot. We do this using Solidworks cell links. Here you can see we're working on the Assembly tab of the Solidworks Cell Project Manager. We're going to hit the chevron here next to Links, and we're going to click the button that says New Link. When we establish a new link, we decide which component is going to be the parent or driving component, and we drag that component into the link first. I'm going to choose to drag the top panel from my assembly tree. The top panel is now the driving component for this link. I'm then going to choose the bottom component, the rear component, the right component, and the left component. These will all be derived or driven components in my link. Lastly, I need to declare what type of link I'm establishing. In this case, I'm going to establish a material link. I can then hide the link panel by choosing this little chevron here. And I can then test the link by choosing any one of these components and then changing the material. When I change the material to oak or back to walnut for any one of the components, we can see that the material changes for all 5 of the components. The link has been established successfully. Now, I think it also makes sense that the customer would not necessarily want to see all of the components down here in the list of available groups. They might only want to see one group that says something like panels. So I'm going to go back to the Groups tab of the Project Manager, and I'm going to choose the other wood panels and set those to be connection. When you set a group to be connection, you are essentially hiding the group in the assembly interface. So for example, I'll take bottom and change it to connection. We no longer see bottom on the list of available groups. I'm also going to choose right, connection, left, connection, and rear, connection. We no longer see right, left, or rear in our list of available groups. Lastly, I'm going to go back to the groups, I'm going to go to top, and I'm going to go down here to Group Options. I'm going to change the description for my group option to be Wood Panels. Once I change that group description and go back to my assembly view, we can see that the group name has changed to Wood Panels. You can see that we can click Wood Panels and we can change it to Walnut and we can change it back to Oak. The only downside to this is that we can no longer choose the side panels, the bottom panel, or the rear panel. We can only choose the top panel from the graphics area because it is not set to be a connection. We can also choose down here where it says wood panels, and we can click between the different available materials for all of the wood panels. Let's add a third material to that group, top. So we go here to Groups, Top, and we're going to say Set Materials, and we're going to add a third material here. We're going to go to Wood. We're going to add a nice dark gray wood here. We're going to say OK. And now you can see that we've got a third available wood type for this top group. Let's go back to the assembly. And for the assembly here, we're going to choose that third type of wood. And you'll notice that we didn't have to apply that wood to all the other components in the link. We simply needed to apply it to the parent or driving component. I think we're getting some pretty nice views of this speaker, but I'd like to see what it's going to look like on a web page. In order to do that, we need to establish our scene settings, and we're going to talk about that in the next video.